Counting blessings, learning lesson got me feeling special. Spending money, mama said, hope the Lord bless you. Everything I ever wanted, had to pray for. Anything I did wrong, had to pay for. I'll do it all again just to make you smile. Peace and blessings, y'all. What's going on? Today we gotta go in on the topic that most people don't really understand. Now, sometimes people be like, I'm going through hard times, my back against the wall, things keep happening, and they blame it on the enemy, Satan, the devil, whatever y'all might call him. But sometimes it's the Most High teaching you a lesson. Now, sometimes you can't pay a certain bill, and you praying. But at the same time, you sinning. And people who believe in the Most High, you know better. Now, your prayers, they're being heard, but they being delayed because you still doing that sin, You going against the word of the Bible. You going against the 10 Commandments. Now, God is good. God is good all the time. Don't we know that? But like I said in the previous video, God don't play. Now, your parents love you, No matter if they was bad or good, at the end of the day, they still love you, Maybe you put up for adoption, but they still love you. They just figure they couldn't take care of you the way a foster parent could or something. But they still love you the same way the Most High still love you. Now, when you get in trouble at school, your parents be mad. What they do, they put you on punishment. Now, it's still love. They might take your gaming system, might take your favorite toys, might punish you for about 2 weeks. Now, y'all, I'd have been punished for 2 months, But it was out of love, They want you to do good in school so you can have a better life, Or you was being taught a lesson for fighting or anything in your neighborhood or talking back to your parents, that's just discipline. Now, God discipline too. You gotta think about Noah. He was told to build an ark and take 2 of every animal. And he listened to God. Now, God did that because his creation was turning evil in his eyes and not being what he expected them to be due to free will. So he flooded the earth and started over. So, like I say, God don't play. So, it's not always the enemy, Satan, the devil. Sometimes it's you doing wrong in the sight of the Lord. Now, thou shalt not kill is the 10 Commandments, and y'all be out here just abusing that law. you know. But that's not good in the sight of the Lord. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, you know. Those situations. But sometimes you sinning and it's your fault. You praying, so they not being answered because they on hold until you do right in the sight of the Most High. Now, God hear you and He hear those prayers, but you're gonna keep going through those trials and tribulations until you get your life right, at least in His sight, you know. Now, you know you out here doing wrong, dealing with your neighbor's wife, you know. The neighbor don't know, but God know. Just for example, you know. I hope you're not dealing with your neighbor's wife. But a lot of people out here scamming people, Ponzi schemes, dealing drugs, or etc. Maybe some of y'all not doing that to that effect, but whatever you're doing, you know it's a sin and you know better. Therefore, your prayers not being answered at this time. So, it ain't always the enemy. Sometimes it's you acting like the enemy in the sight of God. But you got time to change your life around, and hopefully you change your life around and your prayers will be answered. But until that time, stop doing what you're doing and it'll get better, you know. Those prayers will be answered. But it ain't always the enemy. Sometimes it's the Father being a disciplined parent to you. But hopefully this word got to you because I made this word for you, you know. It ain't just mysteriously come on your page today. It was a message from the Most High to you. Now, change your life. Stop sinning. Do right. Why? Because you believe in the Most High. Therefore, you know better. But that's all I got for y'all today. So, change your ways. Stop sinning. Your prayers will be answered. And until next time, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. But like I always say, always stay blessed, stay safe, peace.